everyone, and welcome back for another episode of Three Dads and a Console. Not every dad can stay up to date on the latest and greatest in video game news that you need to know about, so we're here to do it for you. Again, this show is kid-friendly, so no earmuffs are needed. I'm one of your hosts, Waba Plays, alongside, today, Pez. Hello, Pez.
What's up? How's it going?
I almost said Court, even though he's not here. Court is not here today. He wasn't able to join. So it's me and Pez today.
That's right. If you look above, core is just the Three Dads logo.
At youtube.com/3dadsandaconsole.
True.
So it's just both of us a I don't know, dynamic duo of sorts.
I guess we can go with that.
Well, speaking of duo, that's not speaking of duo. So we've got a few topics for you today that Pez and I are going to educate you folks on. Some opinions, some facts. And the first one, Pez, I beat a video game recently. Not only did I beat the game, I platinumed it.
See, I would say that is the bigger achievement, is that you not only beat this game, but you platinumed it. And then, as a flex, went into the Three Dads Discord and posted that platinum.
I had to, because I haven't gotten one in so long, and we've had guests that I thought I was, top banana, and they were like, yeah, I've got like 500 plats, so, bow down. But I, just like you, since you put the hoe in Horizon, I beat Horizon Forbidden West.
Ciao, baby.
Very good. I will say, the first game started slow and ended stronger than it started, and this game definitely ended weaker than it started.
Okay.
It's still very good. Like, I thought the ending, I'm like, okay, like, whatever. I think the story's very interesting. The visuals are obviously amazing, and I think the gameplay was fun. And the trophies, you don't have to 100% it, so like, great. But it was great, and I was kind of blown away by the voice acting, not just of Aloy, but some of the newer characters as well.
Really? Okay. I wanted to ask you this because I heard the complete opposite. That what I heard was the art style on non-speaking NPCs was very poor.
Do you mean main characters or like other characters?
Other characters. Like if they were NPCs but they didn't have a speaking role.
Okay.
It was noticeably out of place.
That's fair, because I think the mocap is done on like main character bases.
Yeah, like the tribal guy that's like, hey Aloy, blah blah blah. Like he's gonna look good, but the folks around him, and this is just secondhand stuff from buddies that have played it. The tribal folks around him looked noticeably. Their graphics were noticeably worse. Yeah,
I mean, it definitely is, because the quality of like obviously the ones that go through mocap is like so much higher. I guess I didn't notice it as much because I didn't pick up on it. But now that you say that, I definitely agree. I mean, again, the voice, the main characters though, I think it's I don't know, unreal. Like, there's one girl that shows up like towards the end. She's part of like a new tribe that you don't encounter in the beginning, and I don't know who these people are. But I need to, because I think like they're very talented, and I'm very curious to see what they're in next or what they've been in the past. But just like this like quirky character, I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know, they give a lot of good life to these characters, and they all mesh very well. So I don't know. I was kind of. It's weird because I haven't played a single player game in a while. So shout out Gorilla.
So I know you were a big fan of the first one. Better, the same, or worse? And I don't want worse to sound like it's bad, but compared to the first one, better, the same, or worse? And let's quantify this in a few different things. Let's start first with story.
Story is worse.
Okay.
Only because there wasn't a lot of setup. It's just they put you right into it. But the first one had a lot of buildup and a lot
Yeah,
more mystery as you learn like what's going on. So not to say the story's bad, but obviously in a first installment there's a lot more world building.
that makes
I do
sense.
like how they took you out of the first area completely and put you in a new spot. So it's like this place, like you could have snow in one spot, desert, like grassland, jungle, and the way that it blends, it's like dads know this in Disney World. How when you go to different areas, they slowly, subtly change the scenery, and they did that kind of in this game, so it doesn't feel like, oh, I just went from desert to snow. Like, no, it's gradual and clever.
Gotcha.
I don't think I
Oh,
had that in the first one.
no, not as much. The first
Mm-hmm.
one, it pretty much felt like you were just on the same terrain the whole time. Does that make
There's like,
sense?
yeah, there's one spot where I think you go like west, shocker.
Yeah,
And like, yeah, it feels like a little more arid. I don't get to use that word a lot, but
I like that
that
word.
was
That's a
really
good
it.
word.
It's a word of the day, my guy.
It's a good word, dude.
But that was it. So there's a lot more variety, but the story, I think it was stronger in one.
Okay. Uh, combat. Better, the same, or worse than the first one? For actually, let's break that up. Bow combat. Better,
I think
worse,
it's
the same.
better in this, and there's more different types of bows. There's
Okay.
like ones that charge up, like some of them like do extra damage. So you find yourself actually switching weapons more. I feel like in the first one, I just used like the first bow and the main bow and like the sharpshooter bow, and that was it. But I found myself using some of the other goodies in this
Now,
one, new one.
spear combat. Better, the same, or worse?
People don't like it. I think it's fine. Um, I actually like. There's a lot of so there's like melee pits in this one, and like some of the bosses are just like pains in the butt. Like immediately, like as soon as the fight starts, one of the guys charges you and can do 75% of your health, and you have to just exist for the rest of the time. But you can build yourself up to be pretty strong, and I like some of the combos. I didn't use all of them, but I used enough of them to have make an impact. So I'd say this one because I don't think I got that in the first.
Well, I don't. I thought Horizon Zero Dawn's spear combat was horrid. So I don't understand why anyone would. I don't understand why anyone would think that this system can be any worse than the first system. The first one was terrible. It was like, press circle 3 times. If the thing is, if your little watcher machine or whatever is knocked out, go over to it, press R1 and kill it. And that was it. That was it.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, it was easy. It was not very intuitive. I'll say, because obviously they focused a lot on the bow, which they should, because the bow combat is very
Oh yeah.
good. This, side quests. Better, the same, or worse than the first one?
Um, I don't know. That's a good question because I feel like in this game, I liked so like this isn't spoilers. You meet like these like warrior tribal people, and that's like pretty much it. They might come from different like areas, but they're all the same type of tribe. They all wear like face paint, and they're all like war heavy. And I felt like there was there are definitely callbacks and like stuff like that. Like you see other people around, but learning about the different types of tribes in the first one I think was more compelling because they were so different, where in this one it's like, oh, I just want to see what the different tribes are like. But yeah, I would say the first one, I think that's probably stronger.
So overall, okay, now overall, which one did you enjoy more?
I think I enjoyed the first one because of the story, but I enjoyed the gameplay of this one, I would say, more.
Interesting.
I just I don't know. It was fun. I liked the variety of like robots that you fight. I liked you know, I mean, you had more options instead of just riding a bull robot.
Yeah.
But just the newness of what's going on. I mean, you already know like the plot, not the plot, but like the world going in. So it's like you don't really discover a lot. You just go to, there's not like a lot of big revelations. There's a few twists that I was like, oh man, that's cool. But they don't hit the same notes as the first one because again, it's not a new idea, but that doesn't mean it's bad.
That's fair. That's
Go play
fair.
it if you like the first one, go play it. And if you don't want to play it, then go watch a YouTube video about it or listen to this podcast.
Go watch the YouTube movie, which is just all the cutscenes spliced together.
That's the easy way.
That's the easy way. Let's see. I guess I don't have any more questions because I haven't played it.
That's okay.
And I don't know if I will play it, honestly.
It's okay. You can just watch that YouTube clip and get no experience.
I will.
I'll give you actually now that I beat the game. So Pez and I are going to Anamanaguchi in 2 weeks.
Yes, we are.
In Boston.
Yes, we
I'm
are.
very excited. My first concert since everything went down. So I'm gonna have your poster then, and I can actually bring my copy of that game since I platinumed it. What am I gonna do?
I'm gonna have so many gifts. I have a poster. I have a game. It's gonna be great. A game I'm not gonna play, and a poster I will definitely hang up.
Well, you have to play it now eventually.
Oh, I guess.
I want it back full, but
I guess. I mean, I still have games on my shelf that I still have a wrapped Far Cry 6 I need to play. And Ghost of Tsushima, but I've already played it. But I need to play it again because it's so
I need to figure out what to play next.
Did you play that? Ghost of Tsushima?
No. I have it here, but I'm not gonna be playing a open world game like that right now.
Why not?
I can't do it after just playing Horizon. It's too much of the same thing. I have Hades, I have Guardians, I've got Sakura Wars, which nobody that watches or listens to us knows what that is, and I don't care. So I've got a lot of good stuff. And then when PlayStation Plus comes out with their new catalog, I'll be able to explore that a little more. And speaking of PlayStation Plus, we want to talk about our next topic. We're not going to go through the games or the list that happened in the Asian one. We'll wait till the US list comes out. I know we talked about it briefly. But there was a story that happened about specifically people who upgraded before the fact. So, as a summary, basically when they announced that if you have PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus, you'll carry over and you'll get I don't know if it's a max level or the mid level, whatever it is, it'll carry over. So what people were doing was in anticipation of this, rather than just pay whatever price they tell you, they upgraded both for a cheaper price. And this was in Asia. So, I think the new tiers are $100 to $120 annually. So people just stacked.
Yep.
You could basically get a full year. I think it was like, a decent percentage back. They're off. But what people were finding was that if you previously purchased a discounted version of PlayStation Plus, also, you now need to pay the difference to fully upgrade to the tier. So basically, if you purchase 1 year of Plus for 25% off, it's $45. To upgrade to the extra plan, you need to pay 100 minus 45, which is $50 or $55. So instead of your discounted code giving you the full value, it gives you the paid value, which is garbage.
True.
It makes literally no sense in any other form of anything.
Yeah. Especially when Sony goes earlier in the year and sells PS Now for half off, which is what they did.
But so what happened on top of this? There weren't people that just got 1 year and had like this issue of like, oh man, I got to pay like an extra $15. People got like 10 years. And that's what happened. Like you said, when they were selling PS Now for half off, a bunch of players rushed to capitalize on it because they thought it would automatically roll over. So there was some people that filled it up until 2031. Basically, people bought enough yearly subscriptions to last them until like the sun explodes.
It's wild. And then for Sony to come around and do that is such a kick in the nuggets, man.
And there's one guy, if you got it for 10 years, it would cost you like another $600 on top of what you already did.
What, like, Sony comes out today, minutes before we go live, and they're like, "Oh, it was a mistake." You know what? I don't think it was a mistake. I don't think it was a mistake. I am going to go full conspiracy theory, ladies and gentlemen, and tell you that this was Sony's plan all along, and they saw the kerfuffle on Twitter and the kerfuffle on IGN and Kotaku. I can't believe people still read Kotaku and all those sites, and they were like, "Oh, it was a mistake." I truly believe, knowing how Sony has treated their payer base. I'm not even gonna call them player base. Their payer base.
Ouch.
Get wrecked, nerds. I have seen how Sony has treated their payer base, and there is nothing that they have done that tells me that this was a mistake. This was a calculated move because Sony knows that their people are gonna pay up. They know they will. They know they will because it's the same. Sony diehards. I hate the term fanboys, so I'm not going to use it. Sony diehards are the same as Microsoft diehards, who are the same as Nintendo diehards. Like, they will fall on the sword for their company, and these companies know it. So, truthfully, I believe that this was Sony's plan all along, and they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. And for once, instead of just being like, "Don't do that," mommy smacked their hand and said, "No cookies for you."
They're so full of beans. It's unreal. Like, I love how like they're like, "Oh yeah, sorry, this is what they send out. Due to a technical error, players in Asia who previously purchased a PlayStation Plus membership at a discount have been incorrectly charged for their upgrade pricing. This error has been fixed and people will receive a credit, hopefully credit back on their card, not like PS credit. We thank you for your patience." Dude, you guys got, if you wanted to like announce this stuff, why did you not wait till after the sale? Like, you know, people are going to be stacking it because they do it anyway with your current system. I haven't paid full price for PlayStation Plus. I get it at a discount from wherever. If I don't know what, I almost said Denny's. I was like, does
From
Denny's?
Denny's? Imagine going to Denny's and being like, "I will take a Moons Over Miami and I will take a 6-month PlayStation Plus," and they just charge you like whatever, $18 because it's 3 a.m. and they don't want you there.
You get your PS Plus discounted codes at Denny's at 4 a.m.
Get your Grand Slam. Get your Grand Slam breakfast. Get your PlayStation Plus codes, and then any quarter off because it's Denny's. Any quarter off PlayStation Now codes. Go get them.
Oh my gosh, it's so ridiculous. Like, just wait till the end of the sale.
I think the PlayStation Plus service is going to be good. I feel like that they're rushing it to market, and they haven't thought of these little intricacies that us gamer nerds would think of. Like, yeah, I have Game Pass stacked for like 3 years, right? Like, and that's what we do because if you find a deal, whether it's like a half off deal or like a Dell misprice, which happens. Like, I originally bought Ghost of Tsushima for $20 on Dell, but they canceled it because it was a misprice. But like, some places don't, some places don't. So if you can get 3 years of PlayStation Plus for just $60, $80, $100, you're gonna take it.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know, it's just silly.
And then if you don't want to use them, then you sell them for more than you paid for them, because that's capitalism, baby.
Woo!
But
Flip it and stick it.
yeah, I don't like how Sony the past few days kind of treated their player base. I don't like it. I don't think that it was I don't think it was a mistake. I think it was a calculated effort, and they were just going to say, "Hey, you don't like it? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do?"
Someone also pointed out, like, they changed the terms and conditions. So in the beginning, it said you can easily upgrade to a higher benefits plan at any time. To do so, you'll need to pay the difference. I don't know. It looks like, I don't know how they started this, but
I mean, you've seen, like, we've seen the
that's what I don't like. They think we're stupid.
We've seen the crazy chart, dude, that shows like how he play. It's like you need a master's in like chemistry to figure all this out, right? It's like PlayStation Now and PS Plus vouchers and how much that means, and take, you know, get your thermodynamics degree and take a pi and exponents of, you know, cube PlayStation Now, and that's how you find out your current service. It's like, that doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense.
I honestly, like, so this is the only console, like, I own. Well, I own Switch, but like the only console I care about. I have no idea what games I'm gonna get on day one. And like,
Wow.
I read this. Like, that's a messed up thing. I think it's gonna be good. I would say it's gonna be great. I literally have no idea what I'm gonna pay for. I'm going to pay for it. I'm getting the middle bundle, but
as Web Train Gaming says, go get the Denny's Plus bundle. All the PlayStation Plus cards and moons over my hammies that you can eat.
Grand Slam, but toast is extra.
Yeah, because it's the Denny's Plus bundle. You'll order the Grand Slam, but you'll actually just get a triple, and that's it.
You have to pay the difference.
Yeah, and then you have to pay the difference to them. That's how that's gonna go, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh.
Out of control. Speaking of out of control, do you want to hear something insane?
I love insane.
Seth Green. Did you hear about Seth Green?
You know how much you love like NFTs and the blockchain. Tell the world about your opinions on this nonsense.
So Seth Green, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube and audio podcast, Seth Green bought some stupid NFT apes. This is why NFTs are a scam. Don't buy them. We talked about it with Gamer Graham. Don't buy them. I will draw you a picture of a monkey and you can pay me $55 for it, or give me a discounted PS Plus voucher. It's fine. I don't care.
Cover the rest. I got it. It's fine.
yeah. Waba's gonna cover the rest. So this dude buys a bunch of apes. Bored Ape 8398. Literally, that is the name of the ape he bought. He bought Bored Ape number 8398, and then he bought like 2 mutant apes and a doodle. This is everything he bought. So then dummy Seth Green gets caught in a phishing scam on his email. So someone emails him and they're like, probably like, go check out this blockchain. He was like, yeah, I want Bored Ape number 8399. So 8398 can have a buddy. This guy gets all of his apes stolen. Zoo breakout done. And he can no longer.
He's falling off the bed in succession. Calling the doctor.
The stupidest part about it is he was creating a It's so stupid. He was creating a TV show around his NFT ape, and he can't because someone stole it.
It's not fucking.
And he doesn't own the rights to it anymore because someone fished it away from him.
Dude, you know, like, dude, he got caught by like a nanoscale.
Because you can't. Because you don't own it. Because it's not a thing.
Oh, God, he's so stupid.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
So now they had to cancel it, right? They can't do it. He can't do it. He doesn't own it.
Yeah, he doesn't own it, so he can't do it. Don't buy NFTs, people. Like, don't
the blockchain.
What are you doing? Bored Ape Yacht Club, where Seth Green bought Fred from. I guess he named it Fred. Yikes. Was one of the first large-scale NFT projects. This is so bizarre. Was
it cool looking at least?
No, it wasn't. It was just a bored-looking ape with a halo around him, and he has a halo around his head, and he's wearing a stupid skeleton t-shirt.
What do you think the show is going to be about?
Probably Seth Green crying into his money, wiping his tears away with his $100 bills. It's like,
how much did he pay for this?
Oh, I have no idea. But not only is this silly, but how do you fall for a phishing scam? It's 2022, my dudes.
I know.
Phishing scams are so like 2005. There are so many things you can do. If you don't recognize the email, you can hold your mouse over the email address and it'll tell you where it's going. B, if you hit reply but actually don't send an email, it will tell you where the actual email address. So while it may say Bill Gates at windows.com, the real email address is like Sergio at I dot blah 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 dot blah 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 dot io. It's like, obviously this isn't where this is going. And B, if you don't know who the person is, why are you clicking on links?
It makes no sense.
Am I doing web security for my 10-year-old? Like, what is happening right now? This is not. Oh my god. This is what happens when people live in a bubble and they're dumb. Dumb.
So he tweeted out, well, friends, it happened to me. Got fished and had 4 NFTs stolen. And he like tags everybody. He says, don't buy or trade these while I work to resolve. And he tags someone and goes, looks like you bought my stolen ape. Hit me up so we can fix it. One of them currently, his like the Bored Ape was like $106, which I don't think it's going to sell for that. It's going to be more. One has an offer for almost 36,000. One sold. I don't know what currency. 26, probably, I don't know, some dumb thing. Another one has an offer for 24,000.
26,
so this person,
26 Litecoin or 26
fungus bucks.
26 Musk money.
Oh my god, it's so.
God, NFT. I'm sorry I went on this rant, but NFTs are so stupid. And Seth Green, you were great and Can't Hardly Wait. It's a great movie, and Robot Chicken slaps, but you are also so dumb.
Do you think the other person can just... What if the other person just makes a TV show? I think that TV show only existed so he could justify the fact that he bought a picture of a monkey.
Of course. Some guy, back dealing, because honestly, I think NFTs are just money laundering schemes. We kind of talked about it on our episode with Gamergram. I just think they're money laundering schemes. Some guy was like, hey, Seth Green, you should buy this monkey from me for like $1,000 and then make a TV show out of it. And then we'll pump more Bored Apes into the economy of NFTs, and then people will buy them at ridiculous prices because they were on TV. Mm-hmm. And he was like, that's a great idea. And
that's a great idea.
And then some dummy sent him an email. Not some dummy. Someone sent him an email that was like, who knows? Hey, it's me, Randy. Click on this link to get Bored Ape 3999. And stupid idiot pressed on it, and now he's all like crying on Twitter that he's missing his apes, and he can't make his TV show.
Oh, God.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's been a lot of ridiculous news out there.
Stupid apes.
And there's actually another one, another article that came out that you're telling me about, and it has to do with one of our favorite companies, EA.
Yeah, so...
by the way, at least not for me.
So, Brian Roberts, CEO of NBC Universal's parent company, Comcast, approached EA's, and I'm reading this from PC Gamer, quote, Brian Roberts, CEO of NBC Universal's parent company, Comcast, approached EA's CEO, Andrew Wilson, with an offer to merge EA and NBC Universal, leaving Wilson in charge of the combined entity. Negotiations continued over a period of weeks before breaking down over questions of price and the merged entity's final form. End quote. So, basically what this means is EA is looking to be bought. And they're listening. And there are rumors that EA has talked to Disney, Apple, and Amazon about also being purchased by them. Apple is currently the rumored frontrunner. But yeah, it looks like EA, and I don't know if EA is I mean, obviously in the gamer world, we don't like EA because EA, we're like, oh, EA stands for everything that we hate in gaming, right? But I don't know if they are even financially like viable. Looking at their stock price, it actually is continuing to rise. Year to date, it's up. Its highest. It's year to date. It's up. It's up like $2.50, which is pretty good. It's
Better than most right now. Yeah.
It's trending at like 137 a share, $137.35 per share. It took a big dip at the beginning of May. It was like 112.
Everything did.
But yeah, it's up, and I wonder if they sell. Now remember, they lost the rights to EA. I mean, not EA, FIFA. They lost the rights to FIFA. So I don't know if EAFC or whatever it's called, EA Football Club now. I don't really know what it's called. I don't care because I don't play the soccer games. If that is going to be a worthwhile franchise anymore, NHL. Waba told me off show that NHL is like dead in the water in May. It's usually not, right?
Yeah, usually there's more content, but the thing is, it's GWC time now, which is good. But because they split it into 4 user bases, and because the show is part of Game Pass, and also so good this year, it's tough finding games. So, yeah, it's definitely petered out a little earlier than I'd expect.
What I will say, and WebTrain Gaming in chat, youtube.com/3dads on the console makes a great point. Disney would make the most sense for EA, especially their sports games, because now you have the ESPN integration, right? We saw that what 2K did with NFL 2K5 with ESPN's integration. It was groundbreaking. It still holds up today. And honestly, if they want to make a legit NCAA game again, you bring that ESPN look back, right? Because when you play NCAA 14, it is college game day. And now you have the chance to make that even better. So for me, the sports gamer, I think Disney makes the most sense. And again, you now can pull all your ESPN talent to do like voiceovers, whatever, studio work for your in-games, whatever.
I mean, Arda, who's like the hockey guy over there, he was the GWC announcer for a number of years. I mean, that's the only, NHL's small potatoes compared to a lot, but I agree. There's a lot of good synergy with Disney.
But now we're seeing pillars of the gaming industry get bought up by larger companies, right? Bethesda, now with Microsoft. Blizzard, Activision, now with Microsoft. There's rumors that Ubisoft is on the table, that is open to a buyout. Who knows where they're going to go? Some people are saying Sony, some people are saying Microsoft. And now EA, one of the other big publishers, not only a studio but a publisher, is looking to get purchased. Does this, as a mainstream gamer, worry you? And I forgot this. All the Square Enix IPs also bought by what was their name? It's like Embrace or something like that.
Yeah, it's like one word. It's like Prince.
It's just a symbol.
Like sealed.
It's like sealed. It's a kiss from a Tomb Raider. So now we're seeing less companies in the gaming space. Embracer, thank you, Graham. But now we're seeing
Embracer, I hardly knew her.
Because Tencent, Tencent owns a lot of the gaming world. Microsoft obviously owns major studios now. Sony owns, I wouldn't say Sony owns like major studios, but like the studios they own are very good. And we're starting to see publishers wanting to be purchased. Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, you never would have thought would be now under Microsoft's umbrella. Bethesda, you never would have thought would be under someone's umbrella. And now these places are like, yeah, we'll take whatever, we'll take a billion, billions of dollars, and those CEOs are like, yeah, I'll take a golden parachute. See you later. So thoughts, feelings? Lay it on me,
Um,
Bubba.
I don't. I guess it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'd like these to be independent, but also too, like, if there are some titles in general that you're like, oh, it's stagnant. I'm not just talking EA business. Like, this is just in general. It's like if someone buys them, maybe that adds a new creative direction, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Um, with the three you mentioned, Amazon worries me because they haven't been successful in the gaming space yet. They've tried. They really tried. What was that game they just came out with that was like cool for a minute?
So they came out with New World,
New World, yeah. Whatever.
which was I bought New World, and they killed it because they. So for those that don't know, New World's an MMO, and what one day, I forget why, they just stopped the economy, just stopped it, couldn't trade, couldn't sell, nothing. People just stopped playing. There's no content, and then they came out with Lost Ark, which was published, which was developed by, I believe, a Korean studio, and they basically were just the publisher of it. They didn't do any actual development behind it. But yeah, man, New World was very promising, and then was very bad.
There was another shooter they did that came and went. They paid all the big people to play it, and it just nothing happened.
I mean, they
So-
had they had what's her name, studio, Jade something, and then she got bought up by Sony. They Amazon just let all the first party developers go.
The one good thing if Amazon gets it is they own Twitch, so maybe we get more drops for their sports games. Selfish, but
I mean, yes, but we'll probably have to watch a bunch of ads first, just like on Twitch.
that's why you got a sub for Prime.
Apple. Okay, but did you know that's actually not true? So there are channels I sub to. When I go in, I have to watch ads before.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, and there are Twitch is going to be pushing ads on folks a lot. And you want to know how bad it is? So there are folks I sub to and I mod for. So I go in. I'm going to use Young Beef as an example. I watch him every morning. Hopefully he's listening on his daily walk. I go in the morning, 8:30. Bam, get hit with an ad, and it's like whatever. It's 1-2 minutes, doesn't whatever. But then I click on my sword to go into mod view. Another ad. Another minute and a half. And it's just like, I don't understand. I mean, I understand what Twitch is doing, and they're trying to get they want their small streamers. I think they want their small streamers to run ads seemingly all the time. Because you can make a lot of money. You can make, like, maybe not a lot of money, but depending on how popular you are, you can make a good few $100 running ads.
For bigger people, you can. You get 0.0025 cents per ad.
But I think
you need 1,000 people to get 1,000 views on an ad to get $2.50.
I think you're gonna see that they're gonna be pushing those ads a lot more, even if you're subbed. And just a quick word on New World. Ever since they launched in October 2021, they have lost a percent gain, except in April, when I think maybe they put some new content out. But the last 30 days, they have lost 4,700 players, which is about 21% of their original. It's not great. It's not great.
That game's dead. Apple, you said, though. Apple is weird because I feel like, I associate them with iOS. Apple Arcade, I don't think is a good value, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think if they just said, like, yeah, EA, do your thing. We're just going to make money off you by owning you. Like, okay, that could be cool.
That could be. And that could be what maybe that's just what EA wants.
Yeah. And then,
who knows?
Then Disney, I think. I know some people don't like the House of Mouse. I'm okay with Disney owning everything. I know it goes against what a lot of people say, but
Settle down over there.
I love me some Disney. And now that what is it? No, EA's losing the Star Wars exclusive license, which is too bad. But
They've already lost it.
yeah,
It's not too
but
bad. It's not too bad. Settle down now.
yeah,
Settle
you
down
know what
now.
I mean. If they went with Disney, but I mean they they have a good relationship with at least their Star Wars franchise. With Fallen Order, they had Cal Kestis's because Lemster showed me the Cal Kestis lightsaber that you got at Disneyland. So like, the video game is canon.
Yes.
And I think, like you said with ESPN, the sports games would definitely benefit. I don't know about the
Yes.
other ones, but I guess I'm surprised. I think it's good though that if they are looking to get bought, they're not selling IPs like Square did to go sell NFTs in
To
the
go play in the
time where
blockchain that tanked.
that immediately tanked. Imagine being like, you know what, we're gonna change direction. We're gonna sell you all our good stuff, and then we're gonna go this way to the left. And immediately as you do that, what you were
It
looking to do tanks
tanks.
30%.
I love it. I love it.
Like, is that like that is karma
I love it.
or divine intervention?
Because Square has been pondering this for months. And they were like, okay, we can get rid of whatever, Tomb Raider, we can get rid of all this stuff. We are going to keep Final Fantasy, and we're just going to run Final Fantasy 14 into the ground, which I hear is a very good MMO. I've realized MMOs are not for me. Despite how much I love a good grind, not for me. So we are going to keep at Final Fantasy 14. We're going to run that into the ground. We're going to release Final Fantasy 7 every year and run that into the ground. And then we're going to jump on the blockchain. And everyone on the board was like, yeah, we're going to do that. And then the next day, the whole market just takes a dump. And that's it.
In the shape of a square.
In the shape of a board square. It's a square with a little skeleton t-shirt on and a halo above its head.
Dude, what if we made a Three Dads and a console and a NFT?
Oh God, fine. All 5 of you listening can go buy it for $6. The Denny's Plus bundle and the premium 25% of the premium PlayStation Plus tier.
Good. We can sell our first episode on the blockchain.
Oh my God.
That would be.
We would probably crash the blockchain ourselves.
I mean, I don't think people have enough crypto anymore to afford that.
Oh, they definitely don't.
Even if they pulled it all together. Nick Johnson says, "I'll give you $3. Take it or leave it. Shut up and take my money." All right. Well, Pez,
what
I know
a sucker.
Court's out here to make that decision, but we're about to catch that bag.
2/3 majority. We don't need a unanimous vote here by the board.
We have quorum.
We have majority. We're good. Yeah, we have enough to. Yeah, we have enough to make a vote. We can have a quorum.
You know, we're talking NFTs. Can I tell you something weird about NFTs that I've actually considered? That's fine. Well, you better sound like you better act like you're excited because you're gonna hear it anyway.
Okay.
It's tell people in stream like, hey, can I tell you guys a story? And they type no. I'm like, well, I have the microphone. I considered releasing my first logo on it and doing an NFT, being like, you could own a piece of Wobble Plays history. Until I realized that I 1-for-1 copied the logo from Total Annihilation.
Heck yeah.
Drew over it in paint, so there's nothing like it's legit original work of art, face value. But I copied the design of Total Annihilation, one of my favorite PC games from a million years ago.
It's fine. It's fine.
I mean,
it's fine.
I don't know. The only thing is I don't know how what is it, Luna and whatever other coins, Bungus coin. I don't know how it
I
works.
do love a good Bungus coin.
Any other?
No.
Any other gaming thoughts, feedback, opinion? Any questions from our chat?
Oh, that's a good chat. If you have any questions, let us know. Wabba, I think your next gaming venture needs to be Hades. I think it's time.
I think it is. I
I'm
went out and
gonna
bought the PS5 copy.
I'm gonna be when I see you in Boston, I'm gonna be like Rafiki, and I'm gonna break open the orange, and I'm gonna do the thing on your head, and I'm gonna be like, "It is time," and it's just gonna be a picture of Zagreus.
And I'm gonna be walking around the concert with this dumb thing on my face, and people aren't gonna
Yeah.
know what it is.
Oh, they're gaming nerds. They'll know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, is that Zagreus? We'll say yes. It is.
All right. So
What
Nick
is it?
Johnson, as you could be in our chat at youtube.com/3dadsandaconsole, asks, what is a gaming style that you don't like? Example, some people don't like a roguelike or dungeon crawlers. That's a good question.
MMOs. Oh no. You know which ones I actually hate with I wouldn't say I hate, but definitely do not enjoy playing is MOBAs. So I tried, man. I played Heroes of the Storm with some friends. I played Pokemon Unite with some friends, and I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I tried. I tried different classes. I tried to look up tutorials. I tried to it's not for me. People like go bot lane, go top lane, go mid lane, feed, stack, and I don't know what you guys are talking about. I just want to hit something with something else and kill it. But it wasn't. Yeah, and Heroes of the Storm. What I didn't like about Heroes of the Storm was I feel like they just wanted me to use real money to buy heroes, and that's not what I wanted. Like,
Also, too, if you're trying to learn those games and you play and you screw up, like you're the jerk,
oh,
and
vicious.
they'll let you know it.
Oh, vicious. And like I was playing with people who played for a while, so when we were in quick lobbies or like quick play lobbies, I was a level 1 getting matched up with, level 40, 50, 60 people. And they're all like, you don't know what you're doing, Zagreus. And I go on my mic and I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm a level 1. I have no idea what I'm doing. Can you help me? You should throw your PC in the microwave and press popcorn. And I'm like, okay, great. Okay, great. You know what? I'm gonna if I want to get absolutely trashed on, I'll go play a game that I'm semi decent at, like Overwatch, and just have my match chat scream at me because they can't heal me, because I can't heal them because there's a Genji in the back line just dipping his dragon all over me.
If I want people to be toxic to me online, I'll just start streaming.
Yeah,
Just hit go live.
Dude, MOBAs, not for me. And I was going to say MMOs, but you know what? MOBAs are a definite no. I will try another MMO. My issue with MMO is, unlike a game, I love a grind. We talked about it last week with Snaggle J. Love a grind, love Monster Hunter. It is like the grindiest game I probably have played in forever. But in an MMO, your combat is always the same. And your enemy pattern is pretty much always the same. In a game like Monster Hunter, despite it being as or maybe more grindy than your typical MMO, the way that the monster interacts with you and the environment changes. So not every fight is the same. So while you may go with the same tactic, the outcome will be the same. To get there, it'll be different every time, and that's what I enjoy about it. But like an MMO, New World is the example. It's okay, you need to go get stone, go to the beach, kill everything at the beach, run around to get your stone, do it quick enough because the enemies will respawn on a timer that seems like it's about 10 seconds, and then you'll have to fight them again with the same attacks that seemingly don't upgrade. And maybe it was just that New World is not good, and that was like my first legit, like open, like legit PC MMO, because I never played not Warcraft. Yeah, I never played World of Warcraft. Like, I never played any of that stuff. I was always a sports gamer. So maybe I just played the wrong one. I don't know, but MOBAs, man, in the trash. Waba?
I mean, obviously, I think Battle Royales is an easy answer, and I know we've talked about it before, so I thought of another one. I don't know how to qualify or classify it, but games in which there is no objective. And I mean like
Example, please.
Minecraft, Animal Crossing, and like Stardew Valley, Graveyard Keeper. Very good games. Again, I like Animal Crossing because my wife likes it, so I know a lot about it, and I
Hmm.
recognize its importance. But those games, they don't have a plot. You just do what you want,
True.
and I like a good story, and I'm actually really into linear experiences as well.
Is
I'm
is
okay with
it
that.
is it that these games are too unstructured for you?
Yes,
Is that
I
and I don't
like an
want to make that
objective.
I don't want to make that sound like bad, but just
Well,
it's like
it's how it is.
it's just like, all right, you're on this farm, have a
Yeah.
great time.
Yeah, here is how you get, here's your resources and you can do whatever you want. And that's great for some people. It's great for a lot of people. I mean, look at, those are big selling games.
Yeah,
My wife plays, Animal Crossing. Everybody's kids play Minecraft. I mean, people build really cool things in it. It's just for me, I'm not. I don't. I can't do it, or I could do it. I choose not to do it, and that's okay. It takes a lot of time and effort and planning and things like that. And I don't know a game like that I've ever that I've ever really gotten into, unless you count like a roller coaster tycoon. But there's a purpose there,
right.
in a sense. Like that might be the closest thing to that type of experience where they're like, okay, well, here's your resources, go build something like Sim City. But like maybe that's it. I don't know. That was a good thought provoking question,
It's a great
and
question because we always
I
talk about what we love, right? But
yeah.
we never talk about what we don't like. Um, what a great question. Thank you, Johnson, for that question. I really liked it. Also, MOBAs, man, the worst. Now I can't stop thinking about how much I hate MOBAs.
This is just in a bad mood all night
I
because of
was really
MOBAs.
excited because I thought Pokemon Unite was going to be like this dope MOBA, and it was going to get me into MOBAs because I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but I like them enough that I could see myself playing something like that, but I just couldn't do it.
That's fair.
Plus, at the time, they didn't have a Squirtle, and I was very upset. Squirtle's my favorite. No one
Last
wants to
thing,
be Mr. Mime. No one wants to be Mr. Mime. Sorry.
Mr. Mime is.
Mr. Mime is creepy, dude. He's
Yeah.
creepy.
Don't trust Mr. Mime. If I learned anything from a Detective Pikachu. Um,
Definitely not.
Last quick thing I want to touch on, it's kind of video game related, and it's not something I told you about before, is the library. I recently, and this is good for like parents, and this is not new information for people. I recently got a library card for my daughter and I, and it's awesome. Not only do they have a lot of books, shocker, they have like toys at the one, so like literally you can just bring your kid there when it's hot and just they'll run around for an hour and just play, depending on how old they are. But the library that we have has video games and comics.
Yep.
So there's a room. It's the teen room, but like really, it's like the Whopper room. Um, they have like an Xbox, of Wii, and PlayStation,
That's amazing.
and you can just play the games there. And when we go, it's late in the day, so all the cool kids are at home, and they have like a whole bunch of manga, like literally like series of manga. Like I just loaned out Scott Snyder's Batman 1, 2, and 3, like the Court of
Nice.
Owls, because I want to reread it, but all my comics are at my in-laws, and they have like Switch. They've got Wii games, Wii U, Switch, PlayStation 4, like Xbox. Like it's crazy the amount of stuff they have.
Yeah.
So if you, this is again very new information. Also, they have board games. I have a Pikachu game that I used to play in the back in the day. It was like Monster Mash, where you hit a button and like this like random generator. It's like three like patterns. So you have like the ears, the face, and then the body, and
Yep.
it just stops. And then what you're supposed to do is just whack the one, like the one that matches, and if you get it, you win. Except they're missing the whack tools and they're missing half the cards. But with my daughter, we play
Naturally.
it matching it. It's fine. But yeah, it's cool. I was just 30 of your platinums are borrowed from the library. I don't know why I didn't do it before. Here I was back in the day, first job, getting stuff from Redbox. Getting things at was it like 2:01 p.m. because 2 o'clock it got me an extra day. If I got it after 2, I didn't have to do it to the next day. I was pretty smart. I'm probably why they don't have boxes anymore. But I could just been getting video games for free. So have you done that yet? Have you tried it out? Have you checked it out?
Yes, our library, when we lived in a different city, I haven't been to our new library yet, but our previous library wasn't great with that stuff. They had a lot, of like, they had a lot of like movies, you know, DVDs and whatnot, but not a ton of comic books and video games. They had some, but not a ton.
And now a lot of these are part of like the same network. So you can go online and you can find a game that you want to play, and they'll ship it to that library.
Yes, I've done
You
that
can
with
just pick it up.
books. I've done that with books, and it's awesome. It's like,
great.
oh, you know, we don't have this at your library, but we'll go check. You know, they're like, oh, it's at the Melrose Library. It'll be here in 2 days. And I'm like, great. See you in 2 days.
I love it. I don't know why I didn't do it before. It took me 3 years into having a child, and I recommend it to all gamers, all parents, obviously. And I'm gonna like, what is it? I think I have an extra, like, I think I have an extra code for NHL. I'm gonna see if they want it. They can just load it up on their PlayStation, like kids can play it. I just think it's cool. I don't know.
Yes, please go check out and support your local library.
Yes.
When my youngest, when she was like, your daughter's what, almost 3?
Just over 3.
Just over 3. So when she was like 4 or 5, we were probably like a mile from the library. In the summers, we would walk there. And then we would walk like a mile to the library together as like our morning walk, and then do the library stuff. You know, they would have their little groups, or we take out books and I would read to her, and then we walk back. And we did this at least once a week. And it was amazing.
And the one I have, it has a GoPro. Your boy is getting kitted up for PAX next year. I'm gonna rent out their GoPro for 3 days. I'm gonna stick that thing on my shoulder, and I'm gonna have content. It's gonna be sick.
Content.
Graham said he had them buy Lollipop Chainsaw. That might mean that's not a library game. That game has a loot trophy. Good choice though. It's a very good game.
Have them buy DOA beach volleyball.
if you know, you know. Oh. Any other topics, Pez?
No.
Before we wrap up for the day.
No, thank you all for joining us in chat. This was a great episode.
This was fun. And again, if you want to hang out with us and watch us live, you can see us at youtube.com/3dadsandaconsole, where you can interact with us. We'll type back in the chat, and sometimes we'll answer your questions. If for whatever reason you live in Boston area and you're going to Anamanaguchi on June 4th, I don't know if they have 2 shows that day, but the 6 p.m. show, come say hi to us. We will be there. I'm very excited for that. So 2 weeks until the Pez Waba crossover, the hottest crossover since the NWO and the WWE.
Ooh, fair.
Shoot. Make sure to rate us on all your podcast platforms of choice. Give us 5 stars. Don't be a degenerate. And thank you, folks, for being here. We will see you in the next episode. We'll have Court back, and we've a fun guestie during that episode too, right?
No.
No, that's the following week. Never mind. You gotta wait 2 weeks. It's called a Big Market Tease, fools. Otherwise, you're stuck with the 3 of us. All right.
Get wrecked, nerds.